You are now tuned in to Rumbling Air. Hi guys, welcome on set of Rumbling Air. I'm Markelia.
I'm Anika.
And we're here with the man who has been making waves in the music industry, racking hundreds and millions of streams in the process.
From his work as a composer to his undeniable presence in the music scene, Saya's journey has been nothing short of remarkable.
Let's get to know the chosen one. I said the chosen one. Is that what Messiah means? What's the story behind the name?
To be honest, the name, funny enough, it actually was, I used to play video games enough, and it's like, the game had like a random name generator thing. And I think the name on it was like something Messiah, something. I just took off the first part.
So like, there is no anointed one, chosen
no,
one.
I mean, apart from that, with my hair, I used to wear my hair let out and curl, and so it's like, people used to just look at me and say, Jesus. They say, look like Jesus, quote unquote.
How long ago did you get that
name? I probably had this name for the last probably 7 years. Go there, yeah. Because at first it was like JJ Beats, and then I switched that, and I was like, no.
Okay.
And how did you first get into beat making?
Funny enough, actually, what happened was, I grew up loving music from like I was a baby. Like I couldn't sleep without hearing, because my dad's Indian. I used to listen to Indian music when I was younger. So, with that being said, I love music. Parents put me into piano. Then I started listening to rap music more. When I listened to it more, it's like I kind of found trap music to be specifically. And when I listened to it, I found that I was more intrigued by the beat more than really even the lyrics per se. It's like I used to hear it, I'm like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I was just bored. I was a kid that stayed home a lot. So it's like, I just said, I'm going to try this.
How long have you been doing that professionally?
Probably 10 years professionally. 10 years.
A long time.
Yeah, professionally.
Season.
Yeah, but
would you say there was like a specific moment you were like, okay, I'm going to take this thing seriously?
The first, yeah, definitely. I remember the first time I collected, like, I probably was making beats professionally for like a year or less, and I would put them up on YouTube, and it's like, I remember I got my first check. My first check was like $250, and I was like, yeah. So like I ran downstairs to my friends. I'm like, yo,
this
because I'm young. I'm like 13, 14. I'm like young. I'm like, yo, I collected $250.
Yeah.
So it's like from then I was like, I'm gonna do this, and I loved it. So it's like.
Do you remember the first beat you made? Like the name of it, and was it used on a song?
I don't remember what was the first beat that I made. Nah.
Okay, so I realized that you do music as well, like you make music.
Yeah,
which one do you enjoy doing more, making beats or making songs?
To be honest, I feel like it's an equal love for both, but being since recording, like on an artist standpoint, it's kind of new. It gives me more of that little rush. Yeah, I like to do it a little bit more maybe because it's fresh rather than something where I've been doing forever. So, but I feel like if I'm supposed to like measure it, they're both kind of equal in there. Like I love them both the same. It's music. I just love music straight. Yeah.
I love that. We have over 300,000 plays on Apple Music with a broad range in your catalog, including songs from stock Ashley's different artists in general. I'm curious how you go about different, like producing for different songs or making beats for different songs. It's like, for example, you're making a girl song. Is there a different way that you go about that, or in terms of
your approach?
Your approach, right?
I mean, if it's something where like, example, like you said, Stock Ashley. If Stock Ashley comes to me and she's like, she wants me to do something, I don't ever really. It's never really a different outcome. Like it's like, cause I could be that person where I go and cause she's a girl, I'm gonna make some lovey-dovey music. But really and truly, it's not like that. Cause it's like she's a person that it's not just R&B or love music. It's like whatever just is good.
She's very versatile. Right?
Yeah, it's like whatever is just fire. That's what she wants to work with. You get me? So I don't really feel like there's any really specific thing. I just make out of just however I feel in the moment.
Right, because I was gonna ask you like any personal experience that inspired a beat you.
When I got my heart broken in high school. Yeah.
Just be a sad feel.
Yeah, that's where that started with like the whole like pain, because the first project that I worked on in dancehall was My Letter to You. That was with Squash
Kyle.
and that was with Kyle, and that was with Squash, and all of them were on it. So at the time that I made that beat, that was around that same period of time.
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of like brought me to do that, and then from then I just been doing it.
And that beat had a run, so because you had several artists on that beat
Yeah,
with the same feeling.
yeah. It was like voicing out pain. It was like
Right.
you get me, or it was motivational. It was either or.
Do you have like a favorite style of beat you like to
Um, styles wise, I never think there's like a specific style because I'm a person that really and truly I just do everything from trap. I can wake up tomorrow and build a country rhythm if I want to. I can do anything. So it's like there's not even like a specific style. It's just whatever just flows in my brain at the time. I just that me I gotta do.
I feel like music is one of those things where everybody think them can probably do it. You know, they think they can get up and make a beat or make a song.
Yeah.
But it's obviously not the case, right? That's why you have people who are topping the charts. Do you think it's a matter of talent or just going and getting better over time?
I think it's both because you can be talented to the point where you get me, you know how to like let's say you know how to play piano really good and you get me, it plays a part into it. But in the end of the day, if you're not practicing this like constantly, it doesn't
fade.
It's different knowing how to play the piano versus actually using it to create your own melodies to do certain things. Because I know people that can play piano, but they can't build their own melodies. They can play off of a sheet and play classical music. So I feel like it's still a practicing thing. It's like if you don't practice it that much and be a student to the game, it's like the talent doesn't really exactly play that big part unless you're practicing. At least for beats wise. For artists, it's a little bit different because you could be talented with a great voice.
Right.
You get me? But if you're not practicing when it comes to beats, I don't feel like the talent plays just a sole purpose in there.
Let's touch a little bit on your catalog because you have a lot of hits under your belt, Messiah, ranging from Afrobeat genre, hip hop, dancehall. Do you enjoy making beats for a specific genre more than the other, or you just love music?
I love I have to think. To be honest, I think I'm just gonna go with the I love music because it's like both of them I enjoy doing equally as much. I wake up today and want to do trap. I wake up tomorrow and want to do dancer. But when I'm doing both of them, I'm still having the same passion to it.
Are you better at one than the other?
No, I feel like both of them I'm good at, which is why like I can send beats to rap artists and know say there's a possibility that it gets somewhere. Like they use it, they like it, and they use it. I can do the same with dancer. Like I feel like because originally I started with trap, so I have already that background of it, and then dancehall I started years ago too, probably a good 6 years now. I've been doing dancehall, so I feel like on both sides, like I've grown enough knowledge to the point where I can say I'm good at both. It's like not one is better than the other. It's like you get me, but I will say that trap is kind of a little bit more free for me to experiment because when I'm doing dancehall, it kind of feels like there's like boundaries a little bit compared to trap.
Why is that so?
Because the thing with dancehall is you can't. I've never seen somebody add too much sounds. Like you can't really do too much when it comes to dancehall because then the artist might get thrown off. I've seen trap artists, rap artists put a bunch of stuff into a beat where it's just like you almost can't. It almost doesn't even need vocals, and they still manage to pull it off. So that's why I'd say I think trap is a little bit more free of a genre than dancehall is when it comes to beats, when it comes to production wise.
And going back to the idea of repetition and just getting better at your craft over time. I know you touch on different genres and music in different genres. Is there something that you'd say is consistent across all genres you work across in terms of your process?
I mean, with both genres, I always start with the melody first. That's one thing I can say. Everything else is just depends on how I feel, but that's definitely the start process. The melody first.
Each composer has their secret sauce. What's yours? or because it's a secret?
Yeah, if it's secret sauce because I have to keep it a secret.
Right.
Okay, but you
Right?
have to give us something man, about what's so different about your beats. What everybody want to work with Messiah, like every okay, not every, a lot of songs when we hear the tag, we don't even know what they say in that tag, so we can't
Yeah.
really kick it out. I don't know.
Funny enough, everybody's confused with it, but it's really
What was
just them.
said?
There's the guys basically saying he got the fire, my nigga Messiah. But it's
He
just
got the fire, my
Yeah,
nigga Messiah.
but the thing is, because it was a
Okay.
tag that was used for chop beats, tempo of chop versus
Fast.
dancehall, chop is slower than
Right.
dancehall. So I have to speed up the tag to
Mhm.
match the dancehall, so it sounds like it sounds too fast.
When we hear music,
Yeah.
Messiah.
Yeah, but it's like I haven't even gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm really gonna change this now. I just feel like I've gotten
It
so
stick.
used to it. Yeah, it's like I'm just working with this and
Yeah.
done.
Who are some hip hop artists or artists in the hip hop or rap world you've worked with?
I've worked with Trippie Redd, I've worked with Playboy Cardi, I've worked with
Big.
OT7 Kwani, I've worked with Young Bands, I've worked with Famous Dex, I've worked with Chief Keef's label Glow Gang, I've worked with multiple. There's a lot.
Any recent work with them?
I worked with Vori recently. I worked with OT7 Kwani recently, and the Trippie was recently, and the Cardi was recently.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
on that.
thank you.
So, have you, tell me rather, one experience or your most embarrassing experience in the studio so far? Something you share, man. Yeah, I go share it with me. What happened in a session?
The most embarrassing situation that I've had. Let me think. I actually genuinely have to think
what
onto what would be. Because I don't really feel like I have too many, but if I'm to
Or maybe like an awkward situation.
Yeah. Or memorable.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely remember one that's probably the most awkward. I remember my friend Briscoe, the artist. I remember the first time I voiced. No, it was the second time I voiced with him. He's a person that is like he's a perfectionist and he's a very fast worker. But at the same time, it can be something that's like, if it's when it's new to you, it's almost like, oh my god, like what's going on? So it's like I remember I used to like voice him, and it's like he'd be at some pace, so it's like, and he's a person that is like excited, so it's like he thought like if I do one thing, two stories, like go on, yo, go on, go on, go on. I'm like, yo, slow down, now, yo, ease.
Yeah.
It's like that was probably just one of the situations that I'll never forget, because it's like he was just so fast, and he was just like I almost felt like I was like even getting jumbled myself. I was like, slow down, slow down. Yeah, and then I mean I've been in studios in foreign where I've literally seen like rap artists like fully in the booth, like having intercourse like in the booth. Like
What do you mean intercourse?
yeah, like
Like, did them do the things them?
yeah, like two girls just coming in the booth, just
So this was
during your when you have voiced them.
like we'd be working. I'll be playing to my beats and stuff, working on beats, and it's just like in the booth. I mean, just two girls go over there. We're in the booth.
crazy.
And just
Been crazy in a while.
like, and then I've seen artists come by. Like when I used to live in Florida, I used to run sessions out of my house. So I've seen artists even pull up on me in like stolos, like strikers, like stolen cars.
Wow.
Guns like Dracos that just driving around and coming in the house. It's like, all right, come on, let's get this.
You got choice.
And it's like, I'm like, all right, cool.
So you're obviously very versatile. Is there any genre that you're looking
to? To be honest, everywhere, every aspect, because I don't want to even limit myself. Like I'll work on pop, I work on dancer. I won't lie, right now at the moment, like my main lane that I want to really catch like a big flare with would be chop right now. Like I've been really focused on that. But I do want to get some stuff in the pop genre. I'd even work on a gospel album if I'm really being honest with you.
All genres.
Yeah, everything.
So tell me a little bit more about Outdoor Records. Like you're signed to a label, or it's just a group or team of you?
It's actually a label I started. So I'm gonna give you the story behind that. So what happened was years ago, because in Jamaica the industry is kind of a little bit weird. Like whereas you might go into America and the producers are the composers, in Jamaica it's the producers are the executive producers. and were the composers. So that is how it works now. So I kind of got tired of it because I was like, yo, I'd be seeing people's names getting stamped all over, and mine is like not there as much. Like it's like it's not as known. It's like almost like it's like a ghost producer in it. So I'm like, I'm just starting on my own label. I'm gonna just start my own shit. I'm gonna just run it myself. So I did that. Then I kind of got a little bit busy, went dormant. Then I met with Fang, my other manager, and then we spoke about it. And from then, it was history. I built it really as a collective where everybody that I believed in kind of come together and like almost make it like a family.
A collective of composers solely?
No,
Okay.
composers, videographer, photographer, DJ, the whole 9 yards.
About how many people?
Currently, there is about maybe 10. If I'm just listing off at the top of my head, probably 10. But so it was just like I built it really just so everybody can kind of there's an all rounder. So if I need a DJ, there's a DJ. If I need a photographer, there's beats. And it led up to being almost like a family. Because like nobody even looks at that. We'll speak off of work, like beyond work. We'll hang out beyond work.
I like that.
Yeah.
So you're an artist yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, like, what do you see for yourself in the next 5 years?
In that aspect.
In that aspect, within the next 5 years, I expect to get a hit, but not just like a YouTube hit. I expect to like a hit.
Like a hit.
I feel like I've been practicing so much, and like there's even been a period where I even don't even really release as much, but it's solely on the fact that like I'm practicing to the point where I know that okay, like I have this sound lock, like this is what I'm gonna do. So I expect in the next 5 years more works with bigger people, hopefully a Billboard record, just some big stuff. I just want success. That's all I expect in the next.
You said you've been practicing, so you work with several artists. It's a case where you take advice from some of them, like you would call Valentine, say, "Yo, bro, oh this sound," or him give a tip on how to range your voice, stuff like that.
It's because, like, I'm kind of one person where, like, I watch. I don't even really ask. Like, I see what they do and I study. You get me? But there's few people where I kind of would have like chat to like. I've spoken to Valley. I've spoken to. Funny enough, before I came, I was on the phone in Nigeria. So there's a few people that I speak on just like regular stuff, but not on how to go about. You get me? There's only one person that I can really think of that I genuinely would call for advice if I needed in anything, and I have actually before when I first started.
Who was that?
And that would be Rude Germs. Yeah, that's another artist that I feel like people don't really even take as serious, but they should. Because if it wasn't for him and Steve's, I don't feel like this whole rap in dancehall thing would have been a thing. They were like the first people. Him and those two and Zeus. Those are the only people that I knew that started that. So yeah.
All right. So about some artists you've worked with, you enjoy? Do you have like a favorite or Carl?
No, I definitely say my favorites were it's either between Skilly or Valley. Because Skilly. The reason why I say Skilly is because Skilly is a funny. Like it's when it like he'll be voicing. Like I remember this like 3 years ago, 3, 4 years ago. Like I remember he was voicing, and it's like he almost didn't even realize he said a certain line, and it's like the line catch up to him, and the man just started being nice in the studio, like just completely just like so ecstatic at the fact that he says that I'm a person that I like recording with people that aren't too stuck up or egotistical, they're like normal people,
just free flowing,
and the energy is there. With Valley, I know that. With Skilly, I've seen that, and I know that. So those two I definitely say, yeah. And then Germs, as I said, just solely on the fact that I look at him kind of like a bigger brother. So it's like we don't have to look at music alone to be on some reasoning shit. Like it's cool. So those two, yeah.
You've been working with Valiant since like the inception of his career. Feel about that, and look at the level of his career now to know that you were there from the start.
It's actually crazy because, funny enough, it was like 2 weeks before he
catch you out.
Yeah, literally, like he said it. He's like, "Yo, on his birthday, him a go turn a star." Like, he literally like manifested it, and it was crazy to see because it was like, "Yo, really, really.
Yeah.
And it's like when I saw him at first, like I already knew because I have this weird thing where it's like I can tell when somebody's going to, like it's about to happen. Like you get me, like he's on the verge. So like I saw it and then to see it just happen so quick and like everything changed. I was just like, yo, proud of them. I have to tell him all the while. I'm telling him all the while.
Seems to like Valiant.
Yeah, I'm telling him all the while. I'm proud of them.
last
Tell him say,
interview.
tell him say I'm proud of them. Tell him say, yo, I appreciate that him always look out for me. He's helped me through the whole thing. If it wasn't for him, I want like some of the biggest songs that I have, like that's collected money. That's just overall like he's one of the artists them that's kind of helped boost my thing. Down to my label, to me. So definitely one of the people them I'd say for sure.
On the other side of that, curious, is there anybody in the industry that you not work with? You feel some type of way about?
Jessica, no, let me tell you, Jessica means that you when I really believe in politics and something.
Yeah.
Feel like I work with everybody, bro. Just long as the energy is right.
It's just the energy for you.
Yeah, like you see if the energy, all right, then not
go. So if you say, all right, for example,
I work with Derek Morgan and them people that do. Nah, that's you. You get me? Like, I see what I'm going and I say, oh, I'm not really. You get me? Like,
guys.
Yeah, like, if I say somebody, just to say somebody say it, then, yeah, me not work with, yeah, like, need some genuine people where me say, yo, you can't just come and work with me and...
Can I say that big sweet, no?
No, but I just saying the truth.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, I'm not gonna hide back.
Yeah.
Me need genuine, talented people around me. So
talent is subjective.
That's very subjective.
All right,
talent is subjective. See, man, I've hit song, no.
All right. Well, I need people that I genuinely look at and I can say that I like this music and I want to work. But me not really depend on politics so nobody me work with everybody.
At the topic of TikTok, even with Derek Morgan, you had a beat that went viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
Continent?
Yeah.
What was it? How did you feel? You see a post, repost every post. I can tell that you're very proud of yourself with that.
Because it was crazy. I won't even lie, to this day, that one beat made me the most money. Like I saw, I can't ever say how much. I saw money from that. Like, and it was just so long. The fact that it was like a beat I just put on YouTube, and then I woke up one day and like I looked in the comments. I saw everybody like, "Yo, hear from TikTok." I'm like, "What the fuck you mean hear from TikTok?" So I kept scrolling trying to find it. I couldn't find it. One day I just refreshed my feed. I saw it and I'm like, oh. So I pressed the sound and I said, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. So took it from YouTube.
Yeah, and then started a whole thing.
Meme, like a trend.
Yeah. So like, I think the first video I saw was like, I don't remember if it was Jada Wader. It was Jada Wader that I saw. Not JT. I was going to say JT. Jada Wader was what I saw. And I was like, all right.
What do you think about trap dancehall? Like you make trap dancehall beats with mainstream dancehall now. Like, do you think trap dancehall is the truth, or just share your perspective on that subgenre?
I feel like trap dancehall is a great thing because as a producer and as a creative, I love to see when people can create something new. You get me? So it's a beautiful thing to me. Will I say that it's better than dancehall or worse? No. The two of them have their own, you get me, thing. And I love both. But whether to say it's the truth or not, I don't know if I'd say it's the truth. Definitely what's running right now. But I love the two of them. Both of them are good.
So you enjoy mainstream music?
I mean both. Like I like trap dancehall, I like regular dancehall. Like it's both.
What do you listen to? Who do you listen to?
I listen to everything from alternative rock to rap to dancehall to pop music to house music. I was driving there listening to Spanish shit.
Really?
Yeah, the dembow music and shit. Like,
yeah, because you've worked with even Spanish artists too.
Yeah. So I work with Russian artists too. Yeah.
Oh, Russian.
Yeah. That's how I got the first tap that I got was from a Russian artist.
Really?
Yeah, to show you. Before I got the billboard from Byron, that was the first product I
got. Congratulations, man, I really do it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I feel like music, especially dancehall, has changed so much over the genres, the different years. Evolved for sure.
Yeah.
Where do you see it going, and are you excited about it.
I am, and I feel like everybody's kind of somewhat like no, they're finding a way to make trap dancehall or just the sound right now in a way where the general audience worldwide can find a liking to. Because if you look at Taliban's Byron, it's a dancehall song. Like realistically, it had some Afro vibes, but it's a dancehall.
Yeah.
It's a dancehall song. It's a skilly them a do it. It's like I feel like it's in a good place. People may not like it, but
I agree.
I feel like over time, like through the times that I've seen where it came from to now, like people are finding new ways to make it work.
Right.
To the point where like even throwing in some old samples of classic dancehall song where you hear and then put trap dance up on it, where the average user can be like, okay, that song there, the Carter song there, working on so I feel like this song, you get me? Like they're finding new ways to make people like the genre. So
I think new things are always good. I feel like people, especially maybe people who didn't grow up in this generation, are always going to be critical of what comes next.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
because they're just used to their, you know, what they know. So I love that you're excited about it, excited where it's going to go. I think just as somebody who's a dancehall fan, a culture fan, I love going out and hearing the beats, hearing what's coming out of it, and seeing people's reactions.
Yep.
And it's so important for persons like you to speak on it because even with what you just said with the older artists, like when them look on these guys doing it, they really are doing it. So that too can change their perspective to say, all right, we don't necessarily have to sound like you know. So that's good.
Like there's a few, like I mean, I say that, you know, some of the older artists are, you know, the legends don't really like it. But I feel like it's just something you kind of have to adjust to. And it's like they're doing their thing, and it might be. I want like some of them talk some stuff them sometimes that in them songs were kind of wild still. So I can understand.
The newer artists.
Yes, I can understand why the legends have to look and they're like, yo, what you mean, grab an old granny. I like you get like for them, they get me like. Don't get me wrong, I listen to the music and I like the music, but I can understand why some older people may look and be like, okay, this kind of a little bit too much. Yeah, but them are them thing. Them are that them love. You have to just support it.
It's always been there though. It's just maybe not as
widespread.
Right now,
different.
Right now, dancehall dark. Dancehall dark. Dancehall dark. Before, you'd hear someone talk about, all right, cool, let me chat this a person here, you're not hear certain things. Them no, you hear everything. Like nobody, there's no filter. There's no filter.
Let me ask you this. All right, so for example, I'm going to juxtapose two songs. I'm going to use Yaksta Celebration. You made that beat, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to use a song like, did you make 007?
Yeah.
Valiant and Nigeria, right? Celebration is more positive, uplifting.
Yeah.
And you know, Valiant and Nigeria just a chop dog everything. And you know, when is it a case where when artists come to you, do they say, Messiah, this are the concept, this are what we're going to sing about, give us something to match this? Do you have a say in that to say? Or you just work with whatever they ask of you?
If I don't want to do it, if I don't want to do it, I go do it. I just simply not go do no rhythm feed. But
so if they say darkness, you do what you need to do when you're composing to make it sound.
Yeah, like if them tell me say, yo, them want to do a dark rhythm, them want a war style rhythm, cool, me do it. But you see, if it's something with me genuinely look on, I'm not doing that. Like you want, like I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, if they come to me and they're like, yo, all right, want a pain beat, want something uplift the youth, them, I'll be like, cool. Yeah, because that's my job to make something. You want this, my job is to make it, bring the dreams to life.
Has anyone of those requests like oppose your feeling in the moment to say, do you have to be in a specific frame of mind or a feel to say, Valiant want pain beat this week, but you're not really, you're happy whole week?
No, I can do it regardless.
Okay.
Yeah, I've reached that point where I don't have to be sad to be. I can do it just like easy. Like yeah.
How long does it take you to make a rhythm?
I'm a fast person. I can build a rhythm in 5 minutes. But I really
Yeah.
Okay. This is Rhythm Reaction with Messiah on Rumbling Air, where you get to experience music with me. This beat I actually did probably about 2 years ago. But actually, I did it originally. It was Craft Benches, and I remade it, and I gave it to Poppins, and Poppins brought it to Pablo, and YGF followed with Pablo, and basically brought the idea to life. Yeah.
You got that fire, my nigga Messiah.
So originally, actually, I did this straight for Valiant. I sent it to Valiant, and then when I sent it to Valiant, I came actually to this studio, Kingston. I came to this studio, and Jax, which is Stark Ashley's manager, told me that, oh yeah, Valiant Stark, and we sat down for probably like a good. I did this beat with Demo and me originally. Right, that's my partner. So we sat in the studio. Me and Jax were in here working on the rhythm, adding more and more to it for probably about 2 weeks straight. There was enough like restructuring and rearranging and changing sounds, adding sounds. And that was probably one of the songs that I can say that I worked, that we did like a lot of post-production towards. But definitely one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites. 100%.
You got that fire, my nigga Messiah.
Is that Carter?
That beat, funny enough, we knocked out. I was in a B&B with Mali, and I think we knocked out like 5 songs, 4 or 5 songs. We did the Dungeon that same time, we did Designer that same time, we did Tidal Wave that same time, we did 0 to 100 that same time. Yeah, all 4 of those. I did the beat previously in my house with Carter and Demo, both on the outer door. Just brought the rhythm to Mali. Mali just brought the rhythm to life. Just brought the song to life. Found it immediately, didn't even take long. Just punch, 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 punch. Got it straight done. And then, yeah, that's how Designer was made.
You got that fire, my nigga Messiah.
So this beat is probably actually one of my favorites. However, like I did this beat after hearing Dark by Skipper. That was produced by Carter. So I heard it and I was like, yo, like the way all this rhythm still mad, you know? So I built it originally for Skipper. Okay, I did it for Skipper. But I had the beat in like my laptop for like 2 years. This beat is super old. And I just sent it to Scotch because I'm working on a producer album at the moment. And we sorted out that, okay, song for song. And I sent him one of these beats. And find Big Breeze did it. And from I heard it, I was like, yeah. I was like, this are definitely. Then I saw No Cap come out. Saw Woof Woof come out with Javo. I was like, yeah, this shit gone. I'm like, yeah, this gone. So definitely one of my favorite them. 100% one of my favorite them.
You got that vibe, my nigga Messiah.
Definitely different than my normal work. And I have to big up KB, the producer from UK, because originally he sent me the idea, and I was like, why? So I added a few things, changed up the structure a little bit, cut out a few sounds, added a few sounds, and sent it to Valley. Valley found a hit with it. Matt called me. We're just like, yo, we're gonna do this. And shot the video, did everything together, Outdoor, my label, and DJ Mac and Diplomat. Found Guan, so the rest was history. That song, the crazy. Different than my normal pain vibe, different than my normal slow vibe. Definitely one of the most up-tempo beats that I've done. And then after that, now you have the Kaka High Flame song dropping, I have a Rose Dan dropping on it. So you can prepare for more and more songs with that hit rhythm, some party something. Yeah, man. But yeah.
Now we'll be playing a game of truth or shots, where you tell the truth or you take a shot. Who is your least favorite artist to collaborate with?
Well,
I think so. Like him, I got answer.
I have to think sensitive for answer.
Okay, sure.
All right,
Okay, fair.
Have you ever plagiarized a rhythm?
Never.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
No sound.
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
Most you can say I plagiarize is me using drum kit sounds from other people's kits, which is what every producer does. So that even plagiarize. That's like you're selling your sounds already. I'm have it and I use it.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Have you ever had a crush on any female you've worked with?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a long time.
You should have asked Keely. What's the name?
Them time what I drink.
All right.
What's the worst feedback you've ever received on music?
Cut you.
On my music. To be honest, I haven't got no terrible feedback, I haven't got no terrible feedback, I've gotten comments towards me, but I haven't gotten like terrible feedback towards me.
So you never do a song and you send somebody and say, bro, that no sound good.
Nah, and even if they tell me that you don't sound that good, I'm a person that takes on like criticism. So I'm like, you think it doesn't sound good? Try to change it. Whatever. You don't like it, I just say, you don't like it. Other people maybe like it. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is the most famous person's DM you ever slid into? And what was the DM?
It's either between Lotto or Cardi.
Will you tell Malata no?
That time was when Quavo was doing a little snowflake shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. You think it could have worked for you? Should I answer you?
Yeah, but it wasn't on that.
Oh.
It was on work.
And Cardi?
Cardi didn't answer.
Okay.
Alright. Are you single?
On Ruby.
And Ruby Rose.
Yeah.
Ruby. Next question. Single or dating?
Dating.
You know, ask me something.
Right.
All right. Let me think. if you both had the chance to be with Valiant, what would you do?
We're talking about
Everybody
Valiant
can
every
answer
time.
about Valiant. What is
I am gonna give you a different name.
Yeah, man.
450.
No.
The honest answer.
My answer is a no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I love his music though.
Right.
You thought.
It was a choice too. It was a choice too.
Anyhow, you go again.
Alright. Who's your celebrity crush?
Ruby Rose.
Ruby Rose.
I wanna ask spicy question. Like, nobody not drink nothing.
Ruby Rose. I answer. I just said you saw that I didn't answer one of them.
True.
Yeah. It just depends on what. Open book though for the most part.